Welcome back, everyone. Today we're breaking down Paradise Season 2, Episode 6, including the hidden clues, Easter eggs, and deeper meanings you might have missed. Before we jump in, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next breakdown. The episode opens with the interesting date, May the 29th, 1997. An employee named Dawn receives a mysterious message from someone identified as Alex Q. The message warns that a killer will be born on June the 6th at 12:01 a.m., but it also says that the future can still change if a message is delivered to her at the right moment. Later in the episode, we discover that June the 6th is Jane's birthday, which makes Dawn's warning extremely significant. When Jane is born, Dawn is actually presented outside the hospital trying to warn Jane's mother about what's coming. This suggests that someone already knew about Jane's future long before the events of the series. Now, here's a theory I've been thinking about regarding Alex Q. What if Alex is not a time machine? Now, I know I hear theories all the time on social media that people might think is a time machine. I even thought that Alex may be a time machine as well. Hell, I even did a video about it. But it had me doing some research and also thinking about the hints that Alex may be connected to a more advanced technology other than a time machine. One possibility is that Alex could be a holographic intelligence. Now, just hear me out. It might not mean a simple hologram made of light. Instead, the hologram could just be a visual interface, while the real intelligence exists somewhere else inside a powerful computer system or network. This idea connects to a theory called mind uploading. Mind uploading suggests that the entire structure of a human brain could theoretically be scanned and copied into a computer. Since the brain contains about 86 billion neurons connected through trillions of synapses, perfectly mapping those connections could allow a computer to stimulate the same thoughts, memories, and personality as the original person. Now remember, Sinatra was a highly successful tech entrepreneur who founded and operated a cloud storage startup called Domain. She is very intelligent, and I would not be surprised if she created something like that. In that scenario, a hologram could act as an avatar or physical form of the digital mind. The intelligence would still exist, the computer system, while the hologram would simply allow it to interact with people in the real world. This concept also connects to the holographic principle, which suggests that information may be more fundamental than matter itself. If consciousness is ultimately information stored in the brain, it might theoretically be copied or stimulated digitally. So if Alex Q is a holographic intelligence, the hologram might not be the intelligence itself. It could simply be the projection, while the real consciousness exists somewhere hidden inside a powerful digital system. There is a possibility that the person that is a holographic intelligence will be Sinatra's son, Dylan. Link's future memories might not actually be time travel. His brain could be receiving fragments of information from a larger system, such as a prediction, stimulation, or even memories from another digital version of himself. Because his brain isn't designed to process that kind of data, it shows up as blurry dreams that feel like memories of the future. The nosebleed could be a major clue that his brain is under extreme neurological stress from processing information it wasn't meant to handle, suggesting these dreams might actually be real data leaking into his mind. The episode then shifts to Jane's childhood, and we begin to understand why she became the person she is. Jane grew up in a very unstable environment. Her mother showed very little care for her. We also learn that she had an imaginary friend who told her what to do, which hints that Jane may have been struggling with serious psychological issues from an early age. because she lacked a loving parent figure growing up. Jane seems to develop an attachment to Sinatra, almost seeing her as the mother she never had. The story then jumps back 10 years earlier when Jane was training at a military facility known as the Farm. In the show, it describes as an armed forces experimental training activity. One of Jane's mentors introduces her to meditation techniques and begins teaching her how to control her mind and emotions. During this part of the episode, the mentor mentions something very interesting: the Stargate Project. The Stargate Project was actually a real U.S. Army and Defense Intelligence Agency program at Fort Meade, Maryland. The program ran during the Cold War and focused on studying psychic phenomena or intelligence purposes. Researchers experiment with remote viewing when individuals attempt to mentally gather information about distance, location, or hidden targets. In the show, the meditation training Jane received seems loosely inspired by the ideas, teaching her to focus her mind, observe things carefully, and maintain control under pressure. Another important detail revealed in the episode is Jane's personality pattern. When someone shows her kindness, she becomes emotionally attached very quickly. But if someone hurts that person, Jane reacts with extreme violence. This helps explain many of the dangerous actions we've seen from her throughout the series. There's also a small visual Easter egg during one of the flashback scenes. Jane noticed a Nintendo Wii controller and asked her mentor what it is. The moment connects directly to season 1 episode 8, that when she tells a hospitalized Sinatra that she should have just let her have the Wii. But right above the controller, there is another hidden detail: a book titled Gardner's Art Through the Ages. This is a real and extremely well-known art history textbook used in universities around the world. The book surveys major works of the art from prehistoric times all the way to modern art. One of the artists discussed in the book is Vincent van Gogh, particularly in the section covering post-impressionism. Van Gogh's famous painting called The Starry Night has interesting connections to this theme. Even though the painting shows a night sky, Van Gogh actually created the scene during the day while staying in an asylum. He recreated the image from memory and imagination rather than painting the night sky directly. The show's artificial sky, with its vibrant, artificial, beautiful, but ultimately fake scenery, symbolize a gilded cage or a manipulated reality, similar to how the vibrant, swirling sky in Van Gogh's Starry Night is a subjective, emotional interpretation of reality rather than a realistic deception. Back in the present timeline, Sinatra sends Jane outside the bunker to speak with Link. Link said he wants to talk to whoever in charge, and he's also asked for apple pie, which is a strangely calm request considering the situation. When Jane reports back, Sinatra rewards her with that damn Nintendo Switch, which shows that Sinatra understands something important about Jane. Despite everything she's been through, a part of her is still emotionally stuck in childhood. Meanwhile, Gabriella discovers something extremely important. She listened to the old audio recordings and noticed that one name keeps coming up over and over again, which is Alex. One of the recordings suggests that Sinatra once did something terrible, something that crossed a line no one should cross. But at the same time, the recording also says that Alex might be their only chance. Gabriella begins confronting Jane about the people she has killed. Now, reason why she knows the information is because Nicole told her. And it's clear that Gabrielle is determined to uncover the truth, what Sinatra is really hiding. Another reveal in this episode involves Gary, but now it's become clear that Gary has been lying. The good news is that Terry is still alive and appears to be helping behind the scenes. Overall, I enjoyed episode 6. I think we got to the bottom of the story and the background of Jane. We also see some Easter eggs and some hidden clues and some deeper meanings as well. And so I am looking forward to episode 7. but I want to give you my theories of what I think that might happen in the next episode. So first, I think Link will finally meet Sinatra face to face. Link doesn't seem interested in living inside the bunker, so the real conversation will probably focus on Alex. I guarantee you he knows about Alex because of Henry, which is his mentor. Second, I think Jane may try to eliminate Gabrielle, and since Gabrielle is getting dangerously close to exposing Sinatra's secret. And finally, we may see Xavier reunite with his wife, which raises a new question. If they reconnect, which they will they eventually go after Gary for what he's done? If you enjoy this breakdown, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. This week, I will be reviewing Imperfect Woman on Apple TV+, and on April the 19th, I also will be covering the series From. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.